From exploring the many beautiful national parks near the city to going whitewater rafting in the Arkansas River, here are all the unmissable activities and attractions you've just got to experience in Colorado Springs. And you just can't visit Colorado Springs without exploring its many amazing national parks. The city is home to some of the most beautiful parks in the entire United States, with the Garden of the Gods being one of the top tourist destinations that people constantly flock to. And I mean, this is definitely for good reason. Anyone with a couple of hours to spare can check out these scenic locations, especially people who love hiking and photographing beautiful landscapes. The kinds of views you'll see in these national parks are nothing short of spectacular. And don't get me started on the wildlife. While you're exploring the Garden of the Gods, be sure to stop by Steamboat Rock. It's a super unique rock formation and is one of the most popular spots for tourists because of how scenic it looks. It's because of stunning structures like these that the Garden of the Gods gets its name. And if you ask me, it's high-key worth the hype. But it's not the only national park you've got. One of the reasons why Colorado Springs is so famous among nature enthusiasts is because the city has no shortage of amazing national parks. You've got the Red Rock Canyon, the Fox Run Regional Park, the Mountain Valley Park, and the North Cheyenne Canyon Park. Each of these places has jaw-dropping views and can be a blast for anyone visiting Colorado Springs for the first time. Sure, hiking might not be everyone's cup of tea, but honestly, if you visit the city, seeing some of its natural marvels is a no-brainer. Anyway, there's a lot more to do once you're done with hiking in the national parks. Some folks would rather soar high above the plains. For that, consider visiting the country's highest zipline at the Royal Gorge. Known as the Cloud Scraper Zipline, this is an activity that's bound to be memorable. But that's not all. The Royal Gorge has a bunch of activities that are sure to capture the hearts of anyone who loves to roam high above the clouds. You can walk on more than 1,200 wooden planks on one of the highest suspension bridges in the world. Folks often tend to go there to get an amazing 360-degree view of the Arkansas River, too. The river lies a whopping 100 feet below, and you can be sure to see it from just about every angle. One of the main attractions in the area is the famous hot air balloon flight. Most folks love to do this at sunset. It'll take you high above the landscape and show you one of the most beautiful places the US has to offer with a bird's eye view. Accompanying you on this journey high above the clouds will be some fresh fruits, pastries, and juices, so you can really feel like a god taking flight. As long as you don't have a fear of heights, all of these activities sound like an amazing part of a day trip everyone should have on their bucket list. Not only will you get to see so many of the amazing sights Colorado has to offer from a completely new angle, but I bet it'll give you a newfound love for nature and traveling in general. But of course, Colorado Springs has a ton of other options besides nature. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's home to some of the most scenic places in the United States, but that doesn't mean it's too far behind in culture and history. So if you're visiting Colorado Springs, be sure to spend quite a bit of time exploring the city's amazing heritage sites and museums. There are guided tours available in museums like the Pioneers Museum, as well as the US Olympic and Paralympic Museums. Oh, and if you're feeling like you want to see your inner warrior come to life, folks love to challenge themselves at the Manitou Incline too. It's a trail with a lot of history, and you're sure to learn a lot about it on your visit. While in Colorado Springs, be sure to visit the Old Colorado City History District too. It's got a ton of shops that are brimming with culture. There are even some old-fashioned pinball machines there you can take a look at. The city also offers guided tours that take you across some of Colorado Springs' most historical and cultural sites. Some people call these the walking ghost tours because they happen to showcase the trials and tribulations of the people who lived there, including the downright gruesome deaths that took place at the railroad. For history buffs, this is bound to be an unforgettable experience, but I'm guessing most other folks will need to assess how okay they are with listening to all that kind of stuff. But let's say you've had enough of the old city and now want to enjoy all the amenities that modern times have waiting for you. Well, in that case, the Broadmoor Resort might just be the next place to go while in Colorado Springs. For those seeking luxury, this is probably the best place to stay while you're in the city. The Broadmoor has been a symbol of elegance ever since it was made all the way back in 1918. Since then, tons of celebrities and famous people have spent time there. And nowadays, it's probably the top resort in Colorado Springs, especially when it comes to luxury. You'll find some amazing manicured gardens and sparkling lakes there. Coupled with its great blend of comfort and beauty, the resort truly stands a tad above the rest. The best part is that it is fairly close to nature, so it's not like you're ever getting too far away from the heart of Colorado Springs to be here. It'll feel like you're enjoying all the amenities the world has to offer, while still feeling connected to nature and your surroundings. It's probably a good idea to check their website to get a good idea of just what they've got to offer. But in general, with how well it's been reviewed in the past and how much history it has in the Colorado Springs area, you really can't go wrong with it. Of course, no visit to Colorado Springs would be complete without indulging in the area's amazing cuisine. Colorado Springs has a ton of great dining options that will make you feel like they're a foodie's paradise. From local flavors at 4 by Brother Luck to fine dining at the famous steakhouse, the city has a little something for everyone to enjoy. Chef Brother Luck is one of the area's most renowned chefs, and his approach to using local flavors and traditional techniques in his meals has brought people from all over the US to his doorstep. At 4 by Brother Luck, you're definitely going to get to enjoy all those amazing flavors coming to life. Chef Luck often tries to showcase his culinary journey through his meals, so eating at this restaurant is an experience in itself. But like I said, the city's fine dining restaurants aren't too far behind either. The famous steakhouse is probably your best bet in that regard. It's got some truly high-end service, coupled with a super inviting atmosphere and a classic menu that'll have all the best steakhouse options you can imagine. Most people think it's a part of Colorado Springs' identity, so do consider dropping by there if you're in the mood for some fine dining in the city. Beyond this, there are still quite a lot of places that a foodie will want to visit while they are in the city. People enjoy the farm-to-table experience provided at Till Kitchen too. The place offers a seasonally rotating menu that consists entirely of locally sourced ingredients. If you really want to satisfy your taste buds with the true flavors of Colorado Springs, then I highly recommend checking out Till Kitchen while you're there. Finally, there is one other activity that's on the bucket list of just about everyone who visits this city, and it's whitewater rafting. Imagine being face-to-face with the Arkansas River, viewing some of the country's most scenic floats. The best part is that it's definitely possible to have a great time even if you're on a tight budget. The whitewater rafting trip at the Bighorn Sheep Canyon, in particular, is one that's rather popular among tourists, and for good reason. It'll take you past some of the most stunning geological formations and views of the Sangre de Cristo mountain range. Now, the best season to do this is between late May and early September. Therefore, if you want to make the most of your whitewater rafting experience, I strongly advise scheduling your trip during those months. That said, if you do happen to be visiting in the winter, private ice climbing in 11 Mile Canyon is another activity that's downright unmissable while near Colorado Springs. The providers offer a ton of routes based on your specific skill level, so it's something everyone can enjoy. In any case, from going whitewater rafting in the Arkansas River to exploring the many beautiful national parks near the city, those were all the unmissable activities and attractions you've just got to experience in Colorado Springs.